All right, I'm back today again. Same bat time, same bat channel. And I just wanted to quickly do a little tech tutorial on how to do the ActiveCampaign site tracking and implementation with Google Tag Manager today. In case you missed it yesterday, I went live about the same exact time, and I went through getting familiar and getting started with Google Tag Manager, getting your account kind of established, your first actual property set up for it, and then getting installed and Google Analytics as well. And if you have any questions regarding that, watched it, have a chance to go back and take a look at it, let me know. I'd be happy to answer those questions as best I can when I can. In the meantime, moving forward today, I just wanted to go through something I think is kind of important that you probably should be implementing as well into your tracking, just to ensure that you're getting everything dialed in. And one of those things is, it's called site tracking under tracking at ActiveCampaign. So this is for you ActiveCampaign users out there, which I think probably are quite a few of you. What you do is basically once you log in, go to settings. Once you go to settings, you come down to tracking, click on tracking. It'll be probably off by default, so turn it on. Just click this green button. And it says site tracking connects your marketing and sales process to your website activity by tracking web page visits made by contacts in real time. In addition, site tracking also provides deeper visitor details when using conversations, which is an add-on to ActiveCampaign. It's like $19 a month extra. I do not have that. I have not used it, but it allows you then to get some deeper data from website visitors that interact with your website and basically have a little chat widget and all that sort of fun stuff, and those people directly to your CRM here. And also, if they already are part of your list or a contact list, then it would update them with some other information. It would add some tracking information to their particular contacts so that you could do other fun things with it. That's what this is for. So this is like, there's all these options with different triggers for automations. There's also actions that can be taken through emails. You know, if people click on certain links or they open the email and they visit the website, you can then, if you know that it's been tracked, so that contacts visit your sales funnel or your website, then you could trigger off another email campaign or an automation to follow up with them almost immediately, or however you want to do it. It's totally up to you. But in this case, we're not going to get into too much on the marketing angle to it, but more or less the tech side of things. So once you enable it, then you have to whitelist and install code. So therefore, you need to be adding your domains. And I've added basically all of the domains that I potentially want to track here. So this can be as many domains as you currently own. And even if they're domains that you own that you don't use, I highly suggest you add them so you don't forget to add them later. It's very, very simple. Come down here to where it says add website URL, type in your domain. You have the option to include all website pages. By default, I suggest you leave that checked, click add, and just keep on adding. Once you get all the domains added, then you have this tracking code. So you basically can just copy this code. And once you've copied it, you can do one of two things. You can either add it directly to each and every one of your domains, either through, if you're using ClickFunnels for sales funnels or WordPress or something else, you can paste it directly into HTML between it says here, copy and paste the tracking code into the footer of your site. However, it doesn't really matter where it's located as long as it's located and the page loads. There's also something further down here called event tracking. I have it on. I do not use it. That's why it says your event tracking has not been used recently. There's some more sophisticated stuff that happens with the API. It's an open API that requires programming knowledge. So if you have programming knowledge, you can use it to your advantage. If not, and you have a developer on staff or you get developers, you can also take advantage of some of the extra functionality and tracking that's capable with ActiveCampaign. But this other stuff is pretty much what you just need to use. It's plug and play. So if you were just to paste it directly into your funnel, I would come over to ClickFunnels and I would come into the settings. And all I'd have to do from the settings page is add it to I'd probably add it to the body tracking area, since that's where it suggests to put it. And so I would just come in here and add it, but I'm not going to add it here because I'm using Google Tag Manager. So that's what I suggest you also use. Going back to what we started with yesterday, if I come back into Google Tag Manager and we come into our default one, which I created yesterday, which was your business name, your domain. And again, if you're a little bit lost, go back to the other live I did yesterday where I showed how to get started with Google Tag Manager and everything that we're doing with it. But if you have some familiarity, or even if you just want to know how to use the site tracking of ActiveCampaign, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to click on tags and we're going to click on new. And then we're going to give it a title. In this case, I like to just call it what it is. So I'll just abbreviate it AC for ActiveCampaign, and I'll just call it site tracking. Now there's two ways of, well, I don't know if there's a second way for sure because I've never done it, but one of the ways you can do it is you click on tag configuration, come down to custom HTML, and just paste in your code, just like we did directly into ClickFunnels. And then all we have to do is pick a trigger, and this trigger in this case is going to be all pages, and hit save, and we've got our site tracked and set up. Then we have to take one more step and publish our changes at Google Tag Manager in order for them to go live for our websites that we added this to. Now, again, if you're using Google Tag Manager, you have one domain per business there's one domain that has your tags, and then so every domain you have to have a separate domain set up in Google Tag Manager, and then repeat the process for all of your tags. You can create a JSON, which is code for exporting all of your tags, all of your triggers, and then re-importing them to another domain so you don't have to add everything manually. It's not too terribly difficult to do, but it is a little more advanced. And so I suggest if you're going to need to do multiple domains, just open up two Google Tag Manager windows side by side, whether you have two monitors or one, and copy and paste, and just copy all the tags that you have set up that you need set up on each and every one of your domains. The thing I was thinking about potentially being here is if we were to delete this or remove this, there could be something here in the Discover More template gallery for ActiveCampaign. I've never searched for it, but I'm going to take a peek and see. I don't see anything though. Nope. So there isn't. This is the only way to do it for ActiveCampaign. Some of them have other tags, as I showed in the previous training tutorial about how to use Facebook that already had a previous configured tag configuration, I guess is what you would call it. So once you have this pasted in here, you don't worry about any of this advanced settings, support document write or anything like that. It's all that's pretty much unnecessary at this point, and just hit save. And we're good to go. It's been added, and it always adds things alphabetically here. And then we just have to submit our change for this. In this case, yesterday, I added also the Google Analytics stuff, and I did not submit the change. So here I would probably just version name it with what I did. So I'd probably put added ActiveCampaign Site Tracking and Google Analytics. Something like that. And you can get more details and put more in here if you like, or whatever you want to do. And then just hit publish. And then once it's done publishing, you are good to go. And everything should be working just the way it's supposed to. So there you have it. That's how you do ActiveCampaign site tracking, and how you can add it directly to your sales funnel through ClickFunnels if you're using ClickFunnels, or if you want to add it through Google Tag Manager. If anybody has any questions regarding that, or any issues, let me know. I'd be happy to address those. If it's helpful for everybody, I'm going to try to keep doing this every day, at least Monday through Friday, I think, at around 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I'll try to make an announcement prior to going live to kind of let you all know what's going down, when it's going down, if it's going down, and then we can even open it up for some like office hours type thing where you guys can come on and we can answer your questions directly through this type of scenario where I can see your questions in potentially in the comment section on Facebook in the live, and then I can address them and answer them for you on your, help you get unstuck if you are stuck with something. And each time we do this, I do this, I should say, and you ask questions, feel free to ask any tech questions. I'd be happy to answer any of them anytime. All right. I think this is all I have today. This is all I'm going to show today. I appreciate I think it was one person who tuned in live. I don't know who it was, but thank you for doing so. And again, I should be back again tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I think I'm going to talk about maybe adding some additional pixels from some additional social media platforms, or might go into something along the lines with Facebook ads and like setting up either the conversion API. We'll see. I'm going to eventually get to all of it, likely. So it really doesn't really matter. But if you have any preference, let me know too in the comments chat, and then that'll give me some inspiration and direction as well with each of these, and then that'll help move us forward. So again, I'm Kerry Knoll. Thanks so much for tuning in, who has and who did, and then anyone that catches a replay, try to come on live so we can answer some questions for you, and or if you want to share anything, that'd be awesome as well. All right, signing off. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.